Building strong character is one of the most difficult, yet most worthwhile pursuits you can have in your life. I'm far from perfect and still have ways to go to develop my character, and if you're like me, it's okay. Character isn't developed overnight, and you won't be perfect all the time. But it is something you could continually grow throughout your life. This video is offering some insights to help you build strong character so you can have a more fulfilling life and make a positive difference to those around you. Let's start with the first idea now. First off, to build strong character, you'll need honest reflection. Honest reflection can be terrifying, especially when you don't like what you see from yourself and believe you can't change it. But if you never face reality, you can't ever change it for the better. Think about it like you're traveling and using a map. The only way to get use out of the map and get where you'd like to go is to first identify where you currently are. Honest reflection helps you understand where you are so that you can start traveling to where you want to go. For example, years ago, there were several people close to me that would tell me how selfish I was. That if something didn't benefit me or threw me out of my comfortable routine, I wouldn't do it. When I heard this, I would be upset and I would deny it. But over time, wise people have taught me when several people close to you are telling you the same thing, it's time to explore the possibility of its truthfulness. I spent years avoiding honest reflection, not making any progress. But it was honest reflection that helped me realize it was time to change. It was like I understood where I was on the map, and since I didn't like where I was, I started making unselfish actions that got me to where I wanted to be. The same is true for you. Be honest with yourself and get the truth. From there, if you don't want to stay there, make changes that will get you to where you want to be. The next thing is to focus less on your reputation. Iconic basketball coach John Wooden has said, "Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are." Here's an example. If you volunteer with your free time, but constantly tell people about it, it's hard to say if you're doing it because you're a kind and caring person, or if you're doing it for the praise and approval you receive from others. However, if you make the effort not to broadcast the good things you do for people, it's now less about building your reputation and more about building your character. Because when you do these types of things without someone knowing, it's no longer about them seeing you as kind and caring, and more about you performing kind and caring acts because that's the type of person you are. One honest question to ask yourself to help you focus more on your character and less on your reputation is, if no one would ever see or know what I'm doing, would I still do it? Once you do things regardless of others seeing or knowing about it, is when it's probably something that's out of character instead of reputation. And the next way to build strong character is to eat more humble pie. People use the concept of humble pie as a form of punishment. Like you said, you could do the job on your own, and you admit defeat and have to eat humble pie and ask for help. But consider looking at humble pie differently. Author James Merritt has said, "Nothing will take you lower than pride, and nothing will take you higher than humility." I could think back to certain classes I had in high school and college. Sometimes I felt lost and confused, but was too afraid to raise my hand during class to ask a question or to see the teacher after class because I was afraid of people thinking I was an idiot. Then one day, I failed a chemistry test and had accepted I wasn't a genius, and in order to do well, I was going to need to be humble about it and get help from teachers. Like most people who eat humble pie for the first time, it's not very palatable. But once you put your pride aside and you start seeing the benefits of getting help, you start seeing the powerful effects being humble has on your life. Once I got help, my grades started to radically improve, and they were even good enough to help me get into graduate school. I've learned part of honest reflection involves knowing what you're good at, but it also involves knowing where you need help and improvement. We have a lot of ways to grow throughout our lives, but don't let pride stunt your growth. be willing to be humble, and eat humble pie. I've tried to keep this video to 3 ideas, but I have more ways to discuss in future videos. If you're looking for more ways to transform your thinking for the better, consider subscribing today and look for future videos that post on Mondays. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.